Y'all, I am feeling overwhelmed lately. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Jacob. Welcome back to Sunday Yap Session, the show where every Sunday we hop on here and yap about something with some sort of cohesive topic to tie it all together. If you enjoy this video, be sure to give it a like. That helps me out quite a bit. And if you want to yap with me every single Sunday, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, I've been feeling very overwhelmed lately, and I kind of just wanted to talk about that. I feel like a handful of these last episodes have been very topic focused, which I've enjoyed. But the original goal of this was for me to sit on here and talk about how I feel and what's going on and just yap kind of unfiltered or whatever. And I cannot shake the feeling of how overwhelmed I've been these last couple weeks. I feel like I'm at that point where I sleep and it doesn't matter how much sleep I get. I'm just waking up every day tired. I feel like I have not felt awake for the past 3 weeks, it seems. I just have so many things going on, both good and bad. And I feel like I'm playing this juggling game of trying to do a million and one things at once, and it's becoming more and more draining and more frustrating. And of course, I just spilled drink on myself. 1 second. See, that's the point we're at. I could go change. I'm not going to. We're just gonna keep recording. I don't know. I'm just doing so many things right now, and I've always kind of been this way, but I feel the older I get, the less things I can handle. It comes frustrating at some point too. I feel like I'm not doing any more than I have at any point in my life, and I feel honestly in some ways I'm doing less. I think about back when I was in college, and at one point I had basically 4 jobs, and I was doing classes full time, and I had friends and stuff, and I was on this tight routine basically of waking up at 7 or 8 or whatever in the morning and working until midnight. Somehow I was able to sustain that for quite a long period of time. Now that I'm thinking about that though, I did crash out eventually and had to quit one of those jobs because it was getting to be too much. So I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of at this point of activity where I'm kind of, I don't want to say reaching my breaking point, but maybe I've got 2 going on right now. I kind of just want to talk about what all is going on right now and just have this be a life update, I guess. We talked about last episode about how I've had some content go viral and I've kind of ended up on the wrong side of the internet that I would like to be on, and I'm dealing with these Christo-fascist hate accounts that are sending me so much unwarranted hate. That's annoying to deal with, and I've had to turn off comments on some videos just because it's been so frustrating. And it's extra annoying too because it's all these people that claim to be do-gooders and stuff. I bet 75% of the people, and I know because I've looked, have Bible verses in their bio, and then they're in my comments telling me to kill myself or that I'm stupid. That's not fun to experience, and it's very annoying and frustrating. I don't know, it's not stuff that I haven't heard before, but especially on stuff where it's a lot of people disagreeing me with things, and instead of hitting me with facts or figures or explaining why they think I'm wrong, it's just hurling insults at me, which on one hand tells me I'm on the right track and makes me confident in what I'm doing. I feel that's been a good guiding principle. If the only thing people can do is be hateful towards you, you're probably on the right track and you're probably doing something correct, because if you were actually wrong and you were actually doing the wrong thing, people would just debunk you. So it's really frustrating to deal with people just engaging with me in bad faith, taking the things I say out of context, really being dehumanizing and treating me like I'm some idiot essentially. So that's been very annoying to deal with, compounding on to just my phone blowing up basically 24 hours a day because of this viral content, which has been fun but is also overwhelming in a good way and a bad way. I don't know, it's nice to know that the things you're making are getting a lot of attention and are being well received, but also having to be the sole singular person absorbing the energy, the input, and the comments and the likes of thousands and thousands of people is just a lot. I don't know, and I'm getting solidarity at it, and I'm getting a lot of people showing that they have similar values and agreement with me, so that's cool. I don't want to say I'm not getting anything out of it, but I don't know, it's just cool internet points at the end of the day. It's stuff that has impact on people's lives too, so I shouldn't say that, but that's how it feels sometimes. I don't know, I'm getting all of this unwarranted hate for what? You know what I mean? So that's been very overwhelming to deal with. And just work, I'm getting into the season of my job where it's going to start getting busy again, and I have so many more responsibilities. I enjoy what I do, but it is work that requires a lot of creativity and coming up with original ideas and new ways to frame things and new ways to think about things and new ways to present things. And it's really hard, especially when that's my hobbies and stuff too, creating content and trying to come up with creative ways to analyze things and present things to the world. I feel I use so much creative energy on a day-to-day basis. These industries and this kind of work is treated it's really easy and oh, you just turn your camera on, or you just turn your computer on and you type and you make graphics and you make videos and yada yada yada. I feel a lot of people that say that haven't had to create an original thought. understand all the mechanisms of like creating things entirely from scratch and like pulling things out of thin air. It really is so draining. And then like I've been starting to work out. We talked about how I'm trying to like be this beefcake. That's been going good, but then that's just like also more time that I have to spend on things. Now I'm trying to like start going to the gym, but like I don't know what to do, and I don't know anybody in real life that like works out. So I'm trying to like talk to my friends online and watch YouTube videos, and then I'm trying to get over like the fear of being perceived in like a fitness setting. Because I've talked about how I've had like negative experiences at the gym. I don't like going into situations where I feel like I have like no idea what I'm doing, and then also if people are gonna be around to like perceive me doing these things incorrectly, that just makes me feel like uncomfortable. So I've been like pushing off like going and starting that. I feel like that's gonna be like a hindrance towards getting towards my goal. So like that feels very overwhelming. And then there's just like so many things that I want to do, and like so many ideas and stuff that I want to get done that I just like don't have any time for it. I feel like I kind of go back and forth sometimes, and right now I'm in a season where I have so many ideas and so many things that I want to execute, and I just have like not enough time and energy to do them if I want to keep doing all of the things that I like need to be doing well, or at least well enough to be passable and like look like I'm doing them well. Because that's like a whole other part of it too. I'm in this like weird space where I feel like I'm creatively in my prime, and like I've never been more creative, and I've never had like this many ideas and like things that I wanted to pursue, and had the ability to kind of pursue some of them. But then sometimes too, I also feel like, I don't know, I guess I think I'm like getting kind of burnt out a little bit with just everything that I've got going on, and just like becoming very aware of how compounding things are getting. There's just like so much going on and so many things that I want to do, but like not enough time, not enough energy. Even like making these videos, which I've talked about so many times on here, is like the highlight of my week. I love making these. I love like being able to have this platform, and it's so fun. Especially the fact that people will like show up for stuff like this where it's just me talking and I'm not having to dance and do a whole thing and do all these flashy edits and like blah, 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 blah. And like I want to get to that point, some point where I'm doing things a little bit more substantial, but like it's just so cool that I'm able to just turn the camera on and talk and people will show up. But even like this has been something that I feel like I've been not dragging myself to do. I don't know, like the last couple videos, I've been like motivated to edit, but then I sit down and do it, and it just feels like I'm doing this like insurmountable task. Like the last Yap session that I uploaded, like I ended up uploading it like 30 or 40 minutes later than I needed to, because I was like working down to the wire essentially to get it done, because normally I edit on the weekends and stuff, and I have more than enough time to get it done, but like it was just so draining to work on, and I felt like it was taking so much effort to kind of like cut through the footage and find the music and yada yada yada. It's just this like drained feeling. Doing everything takes so much effort for whatever reason right now, and maybe it's kind of like what I've been saying, maybe it's just like I've got too many things going on and I need to scale back. But it's like, what do I scale back on? Because pretty much everything that I've got going on that is overwhelming, that is in my control, is stuff that I like doing. Working on my content, developing like new creative things, and hanging out with my friends and my partner and all of that. I guess like other than working, but like that's not an option to like not be working. So like I kind of feel like I'm like in this stuck place where I'm not exactly sure like what needs to give, but I know like something needs to give, but I don't know like how to go about that. So if you've experienced burnout and you have any advice for what to do, definitely let me know, because I know that I'm in this kind of like burnout stage. I kind of have to be very cognizant of that and walk this very fine line between doing everything that I want to do and not doing it too much to where I get burned out, because I know I'm kind of juggling a lot of pieces right now, and if I don't have them like very perfectly in balance, this could all come tumbling down and I'm actually gonna get burnt out. That's like a big fear of mine, is just not wanting to do anything ever again, and not wanting to like work, and not wanting to be creative, and not having the energy and the drive to do things because I've pushed myself too far and kind of just burnt myself off to all of it. So that's kind of like always in the back of my mind too, and that scares me, and I don't want to get to that point, because I do like doing things and I do like having creative output. It just like, yeah, it's just like feeling very overwhelming, feeling like there's so many things going on, so many things to do, and I don't know like what to do essentially, other than just like keep it pushing and keep going and keep going and keep going, and like clearly that's not what's gonna work. So I need to figure out what is going to be the reframe. I need to start sleeping more. I know that that's a big part of it. I have like not been sleeping as much as I need to. I've been finding myself like being up at like 1 a.m. when I've been meaning to go to bed at like midnight, which is already not enough sleep. In some ways, my sleep has kind of been relegated to like my lowest priorities, just because if I'm being realistic and if I want to do even like a good chunk of the things I need to do, sleeping is at like the back burner of all of it. So I have to get up at like 6 a.m. for work most days, and and then I get home at 6 p.m. It'll be a little bit later or a little bit earlier soon. Just like the nature of how my life is set up right now, there's just a lot of time dedicated to work and stuff, and then like there's this little bit of time that I have to play with, and that's a time where I kind of have to make like everything else in my life happen. I don't know, I guess like none of these things are truly actually like fixed and then a fixed state and can't be moved, but like I'm gonna have to do some very drastic shaking up of things if I want to like solve that problem, and I'm trying to wait till it's an opportune moment and I have kind of all my cards in order before I start doing any drastic changes, and like those are coming, and we'll talk about that at some point. For reasons I can't really get into right now, there's like some big changes that'll be coming next year, and I'm kind of just trying to like do my best to get through everything that I want to do, make preparations and get everything in order so that when I do make these big changes, everything works out. And I think when I do that, like my life will get a lot easier and a lot simpler and a lot more enjoyable, but I kind of just have to like keep rolling with what I'm doing right now until I get to that point. Maybe I'll follow up with this in like a year from now and I'll be able to kind of talk way more candidly about some of these things. There's just reasons that I can't get into. You'll just have to trust me on this one because I do like being really transparent on here. I do like talking about like pretty much anything and everything and being kind of an open book, other than like some of the stuff that I've talked about before. Like I just won't talk about. This thing is just like, I gotta be very strategic about how I go about some of these things that are upcoming to make sure that they're actually gonna go off without a hitch. So more to come, I guess, things to look forward to in the future. This on top of just life in general feeling very overwhelming, like just like the world kind of context, it's just very frustrating. I feel like there's so much going on, and let me know if you can relate to this below. I feel like a lot of people I know are kind of in the same boat where everything just feels so overwhelming, and maybe it's just like getting older and just having less energy and having more like adult responsibilities and things that are just more overwhelming, even though they don't seem like a lot. But I feel like me 5 years ago, if they were handed the same circumstances that I would in now, I would be able to like be much more kind of like efficient in handling these things. And I don't know, maybe that's, I don't know, it's not even worth pondering because it's never going to happen. But I don't know, it feels like things are very overwhelming in a way that they haven't been before. And I can't tell if it's just things are way more overwhelming than they were, or if like it's just me kind of slowing down and I don't know, me just like reaching the point of like what I can handle, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know, that's kind of just like all I wanted to say. I guess I don't want to like get this all out. I feel like I want to do more of this, just talking to y'all with, I mean, I guess this was centered around a topic, but I find myself sometimes when I'm thinking about like, oh, what do I want to record for the next Yap session? What do I want to talk about? Whatever. I find myself thinking that I need to like make it thematic and I need to come up with some sort of thesis to talk about. And not that I like mapping out what I'm saying, but like kind of just thinking about like, oh, okay, well, I want to do this, this, and this. And I mean, that was like kind of the goal, but that was also like never the goal for this to be anything more than just candid conversations about what's on my mind in the exact moment I sit down to talk. So I kind of want to like try to do that moving forward. So I'm going to try to make an effort of not getting too in my head about this. I don't know, just sitting down and seeing what comes out. I'm going to go kind of like what we talked about. I've got a lot to work on, a lot that I need to get done. I'm going to go do that. And hopefully as the year goes on and stuff, I will be good. I also haven't like eaten lunch yet, so maybe after I eat lunch I'll feel fine. Sometimes I like get in my feels and like get downtrodden feeling like overwhelmed, and I know this is more than just this. Sometimes I'll get extra in it and then I'll like think like, have I eaten yet? And then I'm like, oh no, you haven't. Then I eat and I'm like, oh, okay, life isn't so bad anymore once I'm on like a full stomach. So that might just be part of it too, so we'll see. But yeah, that's all I got today. Low energy video, but I was like about to apologize for it, but like no. That's y'all are getting me as you're getting me. If you enjoy this video, give it a like. That helps me out quite a bit. And if you want to come yap with me every single Sunday, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel and haven't seen all the other yaps, I've got a playlist of like 13 other videos like this. We got 3 bonus videos and then some other like non-yappy videos as well on my channel. So a lot to explore, a lot to ponder, and there will be more to ponder in the future. So I'll catch y'all later. Thanks y'all for hanging with me. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from y'all and engage with y'all. Bye.